So, Alfalfa. This is a seed that is quite new to us. We've got background in microgreens and urban farming. You can grow these as microgreens. We never really did commercially. I've chosen to bring this in as part of our Greens for a Year and as a sort of micro mystery. So you can choose to have that. I've done them in quite big bags. Purely because there's other ways you can use them, which I wanted to share with you. So you can grow them as microgreens, but you can also sprout them. So again, using the tray and the coir as normal. Make sure it's wet. And these are like a mustardy colour seed. So again, you'll be able to see them really clearly. I'm not as good at doing it with this spoon as I am the little one. Just goes to show that I'm used to using the one which will provide, but it's okay. So there we go. Because there's quite a few, I'm going to do them a little bit denser. Oh no, these are full of protein, they're really good for you. So I'm going to give them a sprinkling of water. But what I'm going to do with these ones, I'm actually going to use one of our trays and put it on as weight on top of it. You can do that with other seeds, and I know that some growers do that. I've never done it, only with certain specific seeds that need that weight. They say this is one of them, so I'm going to do that and see how it grows. Don't need a germination cover because that's on there. And again, you can stack it in a warm, dark place, and then we'll be checking in a few days. The other option for this is sprouting. So you may have come across probably 70s, 80s, the sprouting jars. People still use them now, they're great. You actually eat the seed. With microgreens you don't, you're eating the shoot. So it's different steps of the plant. So I've got a bowl here and a colander thing. So I'm just going to tip some seed into it like this, and I'm just going to rinse it under a tap and let that rinse off the seed. Again, you be careful when you're buying sprouting the seed because some seeds are designed to be sprouted and eaten. Again, these ones are our supplier. Provides both and they're good to go, but rinsing is not a bad thing to do. And then you can fill it, put it in a bowl, and then I'll fill the bowl up with water so it covers it's covering them. So like that. It's covering the seed and it's in the water. So this is going to take a few days. So you have to rinse it. It's it's massively labour intensive. It's just making sure it's rinsed, because I know that when people pack them in jars and don't get rinsed, again they can go mouldy. But that's when also you can get a few problems, and because obviously it's water. That's why when people read articles about salads and water and contamination and things like that in supermarkets, if they've been grown by contaminated water, that's when you're going to start getting things like salmonella and things. But that's not a problem, especially with tap water, drinking water, treated water, because everything in it is clean. So again, I would not advise using outside water if you don't know where the supply is. So if you've got a butt of water coming in, there's rainwater that's fine, it can be filtered. You can boil it first, make sure everything in it is dead and boiled and cooled. That's easy enough to do. But any old water, you've just got to be careful, especially if it's come from near farmland or there's animals and things and the water can be contaminated. That's when you're going to start getting problems. But doing it in your own home with tap water or cold boiled water, no problem whatsoever. So I'll be checking in with you.